Well, I got it bladed off somewhat. I still have a little ridge right here where it drops down. So a little bit more blading work. But there is a definite swale that runs from this dogwood tree. And it runs through here to that tree right there. So I will definitely have to keep that in mind. Otherwise it's gonna make a puddle right here. And I really don't want to have a puddle right in the middle of my yard. But yeah, we'll visit that a little bit. But it's looking pretty good now. Looking pretty good. These this brush over here that I piled up, I'm gonna dig a hole down in here somewhere and start burning it in the next few days, maybe this weekend. But yeah, looking pretty good now. Got that cut. I'd like to make a U-turn around there, so we'll work on that too. Got a lot of work to do. All right, can you see me? It's cold today, cold and wet. Nastiness out here. So I'm gonna try and do a little digging before I have to go to work. Move a little bit of soil. Check our time. Golly. Noon. 10 to noon. All right. Brace down. Let's get rid of this. I'll turn the heat on. Counteract the cold weather. Just gonna move a little bit of dirt today. Pile it up over here. Trying to make things level. Hope you guys are having a good week, better weather than this. At least I have a cab with heat. If it got really cold, I could close that front windshield, turn on the wipers, but it's just drizzling, heavy drizzle. Dirt gets a little sticky when it gets wet. Guy at work is having a birthday. I'm gonna stop and get him some donuts. Get the crew some donuts. Do what we can, right? Gotta be nice. Spirit of giving and all that. I don't know if you guys have been watching my greenhouse build. On the side I'm doing a cold frame, gluing up some cedar boards. Had a little incident where I found out my boards that were glued up, they didn't hold in the wet weather. They're not going to be in the weather per se. I'm going to put polycarbonate over the top of the glued up boards, but it will be a moisture-rich environment, I would suppose. I mean, It's not going to be heated by any stretch. It's just a light protection for plants before they go out into the planted realm. But let's see how I'm doing here. Rocks. But my glue job, it's just so cold down in the shop. There's no heat down there. So the cold weather and the moist, humid environment that it's in down there, and there's a lot of moisture down in that shop. It's not heated. You can see the shop here. Let me turn you a little bit. See the shop behind me or in front of me right here. Yeah, there's no heat down in there, so it takes longer for the boards to glue up and hold. And I took that one out a little soon, I think. It didn't hold up, so I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch from Titebond 2 glue and go to Gorilla Glue, just because it didn't hold up. And I talked to my brother. He's a woodworker. Tim, if you're out there, my cousin Tim, very knowledgeable woodworker. You got any thoughts on the Gorilla Glue as opposed to the Titebond 2 glue? I think the Gorilla Glue would probably be better in a humid environment. But you know, my greenhouse, when I glued those arches up, they were glued with Titebond 2, and they're sitting in a humid environment. But I don't know, they just seem to hold up better. I'm gonna come into some roots. Some roots into these. There's a big tree over here. Hemlock. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Titebond 2 versus the Gorilla Glue. I'm not always the first to admit that I'm wrong. Human nature, you know. You always want to put your best foot forward. You look at Instagram and Facebook. Everybody posts all their successes and none of their failures. Well, I think we got to post our failures so people can learn from our mistakes. And what's the point of doing a how-to project if you don't have mistakes? I'm not a professional woodworker by any stretch of the imagination. I've done my fair share of woodworking. I don't make a living on it. So I'm apt to make mistakes, and there is a learning curve with everything. And I'll admit, I think that was a mistake by not using the Gorilla Glue. But then again, my greenhouse is holding up just fine. So that's why, you know, I hate to admit failure. Maybe it's just the circumstances of the time of year, and the amount of humidity in the air, and the cold factor. I mean, it's only about 40 degrees down in that shop. Alright, let's get some more dirt. It has just been puking rain. I know that there's places in America, well, all over the world, but I don't follow worldly weather as much as I do in America. And, you know, we're having some severe droughts in certain areas. Down in California, there's severe drought. Across the Midwest, all summer long, there's a severe drought. And I guess I'll go this way, it's shorter distance. And then it just, I don't know, we've always, up here in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State, we always have our fair share of rain, especially in the place that I live, against the foothills. of the Cascade Mountain Range. It's going to dump its water, its rain, before it goes over the mountains. So we have a bit of a rainforest effect here, where it dumps it before it goes over the mountains, especially in our area. You go up to my mom's, or where my cousin Tim lives, and man, they live in the Sun Belt. Yeah, they call it the Banana Belt of Western Washington, where they have a rain shadow effect. There's a big mountain range, and the water comes over and dumps before it gets to them, and then there's a dry zone on the back side, and that's where my mom lives. And man, I was there yesterday at her place moving some stuff. Just nice and sunny, and it's warm. She's right by the water, so it's always going to be a little warmer by the water than it is away from the water. But I do like it up there. My mom was blessed to have that piece of property that she found to rent, a little cabin up on the water. Family was happy about that. Close to it, dug up some roots, but I haven't hit any roots on that tree yet, so I don't think that's in any danger of falling over due to my digging. It's heavy on the far side. It's leaning the other way. If it's going to fall, it's going to fall the other way. It's got a lot of weight going the other way. And there's a hill on the other side. On a slope, so if it's gonna fall, it's gonna fall that way. Looks pretty good. Fairly flat. This is some good soil. Had, I don't know how many hundreds of years since it's been touched. So it's got a lot of topsoil where you get down to the serious hard pan shelf. On the top of a hill, there is a hard pan shelf down. Depends on where you're at on the property, but it runs anywhere from a foot in some places down to about 6 feet. I dig down most places around 3 feet, 4 feet at the most. I hit water. It's just surface water. It's not drinkable water. You know, I mean, I suppose an inch. Ran it through some charcoal filters and whatnot, but we're on city water, fluorinated water. So, but I wouldn't mind having that little push it. get a song stuck in your head, it just kind of sits there. My son told me one day, he said, if you get a song stuck in your head, the only way to get it out of your head is to listen to that song again. I've tried that, it doesn't work. I need to take my hat off and get warmer. Still seem to sing that dang song. Look at it's been raining here for about a month every day, and the soil is still not that muddy. I mean, it's got some muddy, but I graded this off the other day. And you can see it's not that muddy. I tracked across it. You don't see huge ruts where I'm tracking. It's pretty nice. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh yeah, that's better. Give me a little bit more room. Got some dirt. Up until about 6 months ago, it had been quite a while since I was on a machine. I used to dig swimming pools for a living. I mean, I used to build swimming pools, but we used to dig them ourselves. I wasn't a bad excavator operator, but you know, it's been quite a while. Probably 15 years since I've been on a machine by any stretch. There's been the occasional time when I would rent a machine, you know, to work on the property up here, but not very often. One day. So it's been kind of nice to be back on a machine. It's like riding a bicycle, really. I mean, you remember how. You're not going to be the best bicycle rider in the world, but go down trails. And by trails, I mean the bike path, not mountain biking trails. I was never a mountain biker. I rode road bike. My brother and I, we rode road bike. It weren't really races. They were just long distance riding. We rode from Seattle to Portland a few times. But I mean, I can get back on a bicycle, and there's no way I'm going to be able to ride to Seattle, or I mean ride to Portland from Seattle by just jumping on a bike. Same way with excavator. I can operate the machine, but I'm not a professional by any stretch anymore. I find it therapeutic, though. I think everybody that sits on one of these finds it therapeutic. There's just a rhythm, kind of like music, you know? Just kind of get into a rhythm of the machine. You know when it's out of balance, you know? One track is higher than the other. You don't swing quite right. You don't pull quite right. Dig. Not so well. I think that's one of the major improvements in excavators, my personal opinion anyways, is the front blade. And I think more people are using them for like grading like I did the other day. But it is it's very helpful, especially on these smaller machines. Level off the tracks so you don't sit on cattywampus, rock all over the place. And I'm still moving around a little bit. My blade is down, but it's pretty smooth. It's just helpful, that blade, to level things off. I remember watching a guy when I was younger. He always carried an I-beam, metal, steel I-beam, and he would grab it with his thumb. He would break a nice flat spot with that I-beam so that his tracks would be nice and smooth and sit flat. Huge. And that guy was amazing with that I-beam. I'm surprised you don't see more people with I-beams out there, you know, doing a little grading. I'm sure they have some sort of a tool that is like a professional I-beam that you grade with. I saw a guy that had like a big land plane that he hooked to the thing. That was amazing. I think it had a vibrator on it. He was using it for roads. That would be cool. I'm surprised they don't have a straight bucket that you, instead of a bucket, you hook up an I-beam. You know, quick release. If you're out there and you're thinking about it, I'd like to see it. Maybe you have one already. Neil guy I watch, DIY. What's that guy's name? Neil. I just started watching him. That guy, he's amazing. Have you seen his? He's got a backhoe and he's got a log splitter that he built. Homemade log splitter on his backhoe, and he uses the big bucket. It's got this like a roller, and then where the thumb is, it's got like a knife on it. Big maul, I guess you'd call it, looking like a maul. Yeah. I wouldn't mind having one of those for split wood if I had wood to burn. I don't have a fireplace anymore. Look out. Too much work and effort. Mess. I know. I do like fire. Nice wood fire makes the whole house cozy and warm. I have no arguments about that. And I told my wife to buy a wood smoke candle because I like the smell. She said, I don't know if they have any wood smoke candles. I found I can turn my Traeger barbecue on the smoker and get the same smell. So I don't need it. I just turn that thing on and leave the door open for 5 minutes and the whole house smells like I just started a fire. So you don't need the candle. But I do agree that the smell is nice. Let's check the time of day here. 12:15. Alright, I'm going to sign off. Hope you guys have a good day, a good week. Tomorrow's Friday. Have a good weekend. Happy digging out there. Happy projects. Be kind to people. If you see somebody, it doesn't cost anything. Be kind to people. Alright. Have a good day.